The corner, the corner, the corner. Hey, welcome. Come on into Cousin Ed's Corner. This podcast is where you'll find real, authentic conversation, organic conversation, unscripted, unfiltered conversation, like you're home with your cousin. It's all about life. It's about finance. It's about spirituality. It's about love and everything in between. I'm your host, Cousin Ed. I'm excited to bring you along on this journey. So sit back and listen in as we dive into a wide range of topics. I have some diverse guests coming on with an array of thoughts and opinions. My goal is to create a space all for us to connect and communicate. It's not really about me. It's about the community as a whole. Let's enjoy it. Let's sit back. Let's think about our past. Let's move into our future. It's about the corner, the corner, the corner. So no matter how you cut it or slice it, we're all here together. I'm just here to give you a piece of my heart, my mind, my soul, and my mentals. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another episode of Cousin Ed's Corner. The corner, the corner, the corner. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. What's going on, fam? What's going on, fam? It's your boy, Cousin Ed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're back with another one. It is Cousin Ed's Corner. It is Motivational Monday. And bigger than that, it is Dr. King's birthday. Let me say it correctly. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. Bigger than an icon. Bigger than, I want to say, probably the second biggest thing that happened to this world, this America, this generation, and everything else. His legacy, his mark that he left behind, is like no other. So we want to honor him and give him today. We celebrate his birthday today. It actually was on the 15th of January, but we celebrated today. There are a lot of big things going on in the country today, which was the inauguration, which is more important. It's even more important to talk about Dr. King and doing things for the least of thee. Talking about equal justice, talking about serving the people, right? Serving the people and all that he lived for and actually died for. So I can stay and do a whole show about this, but I was listening to a show that I did in recent years, and I said, you know what I do? I do a classic replay, and I'll play back a show, and it shows this growth in the podcast, but it also shows the timelessness of the message, that even today the message is still the same in what Dr. King instilled in us, and what we should be doing to honor his legacy, right? So don't take today as a day off. Take it as a day on, a day in service. Continue not only today, but every day throughout your life, every day throughout the next 30 days, next 60 days, next 90 days, this next year, to continue to fight for justice and fight for others, and make sure that, justice and the least of thee are heard. The least of thee are heard. All right. It's your boy, Cousin Ed. Like I said, this is a classic replay of Cousin Ed's Corner. Hopefully you enjoy. I will see you Wednesday. All right. Love each and every one of you. Nothing you could do about it. Peace. What's going on, fam? What's going on? It's your boy, Cousin Ed. Yes, indeed, we're back. I'm so not used to doing my intro the way I used to do it, and now it's actually in the opening credits, so got to get used to it. But we're back. This is another Monday, Motivational Monday. I want to, as always, thank each and every one of you for listening. Please do share the show with your friends and family. Just trying to get the word out about the show
and reach the masses. So I'm not going to stay long. As always, today's show is dedicated to Martin Luther King. Today is his holiday. We celebrate his life and legacy. And I just want to talk quickly and briefly about, and I mean, you can go on and on about just his teachings, but just want to talk about his life and legacy and some things we can do to keep his legacy going. And just, I'm not sure, for my generation, 70s and 80s babies, the biggest thing was, King Holiday. You had to memorize a speech, and everybody had a part. You have a Rosa Parks, you have a Martin Luther King, and those are the biggest two roles that somebody want to have. But you had other key figures in the civil rights movement. And for my father's generation, and going to my grandmother's house, you would see pictures of Martin Luther King on the wall next to Kennedy. So I'm not sure how many of you remember that. So they praise. Oh, you had Jesus on the other wall too. But you have Jesus, Martin Luther King, and John Kennedy. Kennedy on the wall, and that's what their heroes were. And just growing up, thinking about some of the things that he was able to fight against, and maybe not see the accomplishment behind it, but to actually be living in his accomplishments and his legacy meant a lot. And I think the biggest thing for myself and even the next generation, seeing how he's fighting for voting rights and civil rights, and being able to see someone like Barack Obama become president, it's a total 160. Now, has things gotten better? Yes. Have things still stayed the same in many ways? Yes. But at least you could see the reality behind what he was saying is and was true. We had people against what he was doing, unfortunately, that took his life. And there's always going to be opposition to righteousness, to doing it right by others. So we must continue to fight for civil rights for everyone, not only African Americans, but for everyone. But there's no way you can say that the injustice done to us as people of color, I'm not going to say African American, but people of color in this country, to our Native American brothers and sisters, to our Latin brothers and sisters, that has been done to us in this country, that all men are created equal and should be treated that way. And that's one thing he was fighting for. I want to talk about just in general, having a chance to hear his daughter speak, and how I actually had a chance to hear his whole family speak. But she was part of my church here in Atlanta, and as poetic as he was, she currently is. And having to think about her family dealing with having that legacy, or having that burden. I'll say sometimes it might be a burden on your back. So I want to send out my prayers to their family, continued prayers, and to have that name King means a lot. So we as a nation honor you, honor your family, honor your dad's memory. Not only this year, but every year and every moment that we see justice for us, or we see injustice for us, against us. We must honor his legacy and honor what your family has done and sacrificed for the betterment of all of us. So, like I said, I'm not gonna stay long, but I want to talk about we look for a day off, right? Everybody looks for a day off, but we gotta look for the importance of what he did and what can we do to show service or show gratitude. So a lot of people may donate their time, may donate money, but think of it as a day on. A lot of people say a day on and a day in service. So try to find an organization where you can actually give your time back to, and how it can positively impact the community. So if it is just going to a community center, reading to kids, or going to an elderly home, reading to adults, if it's going to Habitat for Humanity and working on a house. Some places I know here in Atlanta have food drives where you can go and serve and feed the hungry. You can donate a haircut. You can go to a barbershop and just pay it forward for the next young man to come in there and pay for his haircut. You could donate books. There's so many things we could do on this day. I just want you to look it up and think about some of the things. And also just leave me a voicemail. Tell me some things you may do in your community that is in service as a testimony to what Dr. King stood for. You can text me 762-333-2032. That's 762-333-2032. Also go to cousinedscorner.com. That's cousin eds plural corner.com. Leave me a voicemail. You see across the top of the page, you see a button that says leave voicemail. Leave me a voicemail. Tell me some of the things you do that may be impacting your community, that brings us together, that also helps, that you're volunteering somewhere to help on this day on. Like I said, I'm not staying long, but I just wanted to bring that up. Make sure you're doing some things. You're not just sitting around waiting for football, or you're not sitting around just around the house. Make sure you do something for others. And this is a reminder of today, but always try to give back to the least of thee. I will always say that. I will always make that a point. Always try to give back to the least of thee. I think that's the most important thing you can do. As long as we're helping each other, each one teach one, each one trying to bring the next person up, I think we'll continue to grow in humanity. We'll continue to grow as people. We'll continue to see our neighbor as our equal. So that's my inspiration. That's my soapbox. That's my motivational speech for Motivational Monday. I love each and every one of y'all. There's nothing you can do about it. Stay positive. Stay in tune to what's going on. Stay helping others. And I'll see you on the next show. Peace. Thank you for listening to Cousin Ed.